All right, do you want to take it away? Welcome back to the Unfiltered 20s, where we talk about...
the experiences, challenges and joys of being in your 20s.
I still think that's a work in progress, eh? But it's good.
At least I can remember the 3 words.
3 words. Wow. 3 words.
You always stuff it up.
Yeah, but I don't think it really needs to roll that way, you know? Do you know what we should come up with? Is like a jingle. You know? You can come up with like a little song. Nah, I'm kidding. That would take way too much effort.
And also lame as fuck.
20s. Huh?
Lame as fuck.
You're lame. But today we're going to be talking about... we haven't done one of these episodes in a long time, so what we're going to be talking about is travelling.
A lot's happened.
A lot has happened.
We went to Europe.
Yep, we did, and today
I stayed over there. I did some solo travel. Mm-hmm. And then we both graduated uni.
Yeah.
I've started full-time work. Riley's about to start full-time work.
Yeah, there has been a lot.
We've been to Bali with our friends.
Yep. Did a lot of travelling, so
yeah.
That is what this episode is going to be about for today. While, travelling in your 20s whilst being a student, and kind of balancing those two things, instead of having to commit to one or the other.
Yeah, this one's specifically mostly about Europe.
Yeah.
Our big Europe trip.
Because I feel like that's what most people want to be doing, either go to Europe or Japan.
Yeah, it's one or the other. Europe's big for the summer. Japan, I feel like everyone goes for the snow season.
I feel like everyone's just been to Japan.
I know. My whole feed is people going to Japan. I know, keen.
But yeah, that's what today's episode is about. So yeah, what do we want to talk about first?
Should we start with the cost? Are we going in that order?
Yeah, let's go with that order.
Okay.
We really wanted to kind of nail down the cost and how we kind of got there, planning it out. Getting to Europe was a lot. So, we really just wanted to talk about that. Your mum, I swear to God, one of the most random people.
Me.
She just yelled out a fat yawn just then.
Oh, my God.
But yeah. How much between us do you reckon each kind of costs all up, considering we did a Kentucky and we travelled for, let's say, 28 days?
28 days.
Together we travelled, or I went away for 28 days.
I'm pretty sure our Kentucky was 26 days, which means, and we were there. Yes, it was.
Was it?
Yeah.
26?
Yeah.
Okay, so 26.
Maybe 26 or 28, because I'm pretty sure... Yeah, something like that. It was a lot of days.
It was just over a month I was away.
Yeah.
I was away.
Yeah.
For me, it was around, I'd say, 15 to...
I'd say maybe 14 to 15 grand. Because I only spent like 8 grand.
Yeah.
7 to 8 grand. And then the Kentucky itself was 6.5 grand.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess if you're including flights, there's another K&a-half.
Let's just say 15 to 20 grand. For people that are wanting to go, I know it's a lot.
That's a lot. We lived pretty free will.
We did.
I'd say between 16 grand is where I'd put my benchmark.
Yeah, but I also don't want to be cutting anyone too short, we only need 14 grand to get over there to do a Kentucky for a month, and then they get to the end of it.
I'm sitting with 16 grand. I feel like that's a lot of money.
Okay. 16 grand. 17 and a half.
With 16.
Let's sit there.
Yeah, okay.
17
and a half if you're
just to be
generous.
Conservative, okay?
That's not conservative, that's generous. Okay. Conservative is the other side of the scale.
Conservative is more.
Conservative is less.
Yeah, but in the instance of saving money, conservative is more. Do
you reckon you can hear that?
Probably not. But yeah. So yes, okay, fine. It's 15 to 17 and a half grand just to get over there, to do the Kentucky comfortably for a month.
Our Kentucky was 6.5K, and I believe it was about 26 or 28 days. Definitely over 24.
Why are we confused about this?
I probably should have researched this.
We should have done this before we started the film. Or we should have just lied and said 24.
I don't want to lie.
Okay.
24 days, we'll go with that. Okay. Yeah, something like that. It was the shared one, so we were staying in a lot of hostels and shared rooms. It was usually 4 to 6 people per room. I didn't think it was too bad, though. I didn't hate it.
Sharing with people was fine.
Yeah.
There were, at the start, I don't think...
It's a little bit awkward for the first time when you first walk into those rooms.
Unless you're your whole group is real personable. Unless you make that first move of introducing yourself, it can be a little bit awkward.
Yeah.
But I got lucky. I got put with this guy named Ethan. He was super
out there, yeah.
And we also had Manny in our in our thing, but he was after. So what he did, the rest of us met in London.
I feel like we're going to go over half an hour if we keep
Yeah.
going into all this shit.
First met, I know we are.
So we kind of need to cut this out. Keep
Okay,
moving.
fine, keep moving. But yeah, the cost of it, getting there, about 17.5, which is very doable if you're trying to save up for a whole Kentucky month, and you're doing the...
So basically our trip was London to Athens plus Greek island hopping.
Yeah.
So basically what that means is we started in London, we went through France, we went through Italy, we went through Spain. And then we went over to Athens, and then from Athens our Kentucky manager switched, and then we did 7 or 8 days in Greece.
Greek island hopping.
Yeah, so that was really cool as well. And then Riley went home. We went back to Athens. We had a couple days together. Riley went home and I stayed on and did a working holiday in Croatia.
Yeah, you did, for a very long time.
Yeah.
Too. Well, it wasn't,
good couple of
actually
months.
wasn't that
It wasn't that long.
It was only 2 months.
It was 2 months, but it felt long when you were away.
Yeah. But yeah, that's how we kind of survived. Tia went on to that trip and earned some money. That was the plan the whole time.
Got me
She
through.
was going to be there until the end of the year, but came back early.
Yes. I was supposed to have an au pair job lined up in Italy, but I ended up bailing on that job for the simple fact that I was missing home and I wasn't super comfortable or confident in the position I was in. And I still, to this day, believe that I made the right decision. I actually don't regret that at all. I'm glad I came home when I did. I'm glad I stayed to work in Croatia, but I'm glad that I came home when I did.
Okay. Would you do it any differently? Would you stay longer? Would you have done the working holiday?
I would even love to go back and work South Croatia again. South Croatia was really fun. I really did enjoy that. Yeah. But I would want to convince you to come over and do the job as well.
She's not convincing.
I know. So I probably won't. But the experience itself was sick. If I was single, if you didn't have a relationship back home, I feel like it would have been a lot easier to do. And I probably would have, whatever. But
Arlo's sniffing the camera right now.
With the cards I was dealt, yes, I am glad that I stayed and that I did that. It was a really cool experience and I saw the place in a whole different light. Oh, thanks, Arlo.
Arlo, can you just... here's his special feature. There's his tail.
Yeah, enjoy.
We love Arlo. Yeah, no. It was really good to see from the outside as well. You were having a really good time and you were having a great experience. So I would highly recommend... I met
some really cool people.
Yeah.
And the job itself was sick. It was exhausting, but it was freaking fun.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm excited for this part. We're going to talk you through some Europe fucking whack shit. I have a fat list in my phone of just whack shit that happened or that...
Can you elaborate on whack shit?
Well, you're going to hear it.
So pretty much she has a list of comparisons of things that we thought were weird in Europe that were just different because we're Australians.
I have only 2 things that... Okay, so this is what I've written. I wrote things that simply make sense. There's only 2 things in this list. The first one is tapping into public transport with your bank card. That fucking makes sense. We literally... You didn't have to buy a ticket. You didn't have to organise a card or anything. You literally just... bank card, tap on. Yeah. You don't even have to tap off. It's kind of just it's just a fee, and so you pay that fee, you're on. So that made fucking sense.
I'm pretty sure that's just a Perth thing that we don't do.
Yeah, apparently the Melbourne people and stuff had that. Yeah. But either way, living in Perth, that makes fucking sense. That makes sense. And the other one was nightlife lasting past 8 p.m.
Yeah. That was definitely apparent.
Having restaurants and stuff be open.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Coming from Perth, where everything shuts at 9 o'clock and there's nothing open past that time during the week, that was really cool to have a nightlife every single night. I'm ready.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Things that truly make no sense. Paying for the toilet and why are they so hard to find? You literally had to search for it and then you'd go into a McDonald's and be charged $1.50 to use their damn toilet.
Yeah.
Every single time.
Wasn't there one time in Amsterdam where we literally trekked to McDonald's just so you could go to the toilet?
It was over 2 kilometres and I was busting and I was in such a bad mood because we literally couldn't find a toilet anywhere.
Because she couldn't pee.
I think I needed to shit, actually. I think that's what the problem was.
Yeah, she wouldn't have done a
distraught.
somewhere else. So
Yeah.
we had to go all the way to the McDonald's to get there.
Anywho, the motherfucking drink lids. I'm sure that all of you would have seen on TikTok the European drink lids, and they unscrew and then they hang off the side. I got kind of used to it at the end. I can't
used to
lie.
them, yeah.
Like by the time I was in Croatia, I was like, I get it. But when you're first over there, it's in your way, and you're like, why is it there? Like, why can't I take it off? And you literally cannot take it off. Like it's there, and it's hard.
Oh, another one on here. Paying for water at every restaurant. There was no... I guess it's because tap water wasn't always safe.
Yeah, but they would offer it to you like it was free. Like, you know,
Yeah.
when you come to a restaurant here and they're like, can I get you guys some table water? And you're like, yeah. And they just bring over a vase that's like, you know, been in their fridge or whatever and a few cups. They would offer it like it was free.
Like it was free.
And then they would bring out like a big bottle that cost you like $7 or $8 every single time that you just wanted a sip of water. Mm-hmm. So you had to literally ask them like, do you guys provide free water or am I going to pay for this?
The next one on here is you've got, why do locals only ever drink in cafes? Where's your meal? Yeah. This one I don't actually quite understand because I didn't notice that as much. But
might have been a Croatia thing when I was there, but I remember like you would walk out at 10 a.m. and the cafes were full and they were full with locals, but they're all just sitting there with their ciggy and their coffee. They would never, ever get a meal, but it was the same thing at 10 p.m. at night.
Yeah.
The same thing, their coffee and their cigarette. And I was like, when do you eat? Where do you eat? Like, I swear to God, I never saw them order a meal. And those places serve meals because I would walk down there for brunch, get myself a meal and a coffee. Like, I know there's food on their menu. Why are you never hungry? I don't get it. I couldn't get it. Oh,
I would always see them have a smoke. And
so
a coffee.
much smoke.
And that's all I ever saw them eat. It wasn't eating, it was just
coffee.
Smoke,
that's what I mean.
Coffee.
Yeah.
Just a ciggy and a coffee. That was breakfast.
They have no salt on anything. Like you order fries and it'll come out and there's just not a single grade of salt on there. And then you literally have to ask for a salt shaker and they like rarely understood you. Like I feel like getting salt was kind of hard.
Bear in mind, Tia is one to absolutely douse her chips
but there was
in
none.
salt.
There was none.
But like there was...
It literally came out with nothing on it. It wasn't like there was just a little bit and I wanted more. It was they literally just don't put salt on it.
But there was also like there was no obesity problem over there. You know? I think that's why.
Because they don't eat salt.
Because they don't eat salt all the time.
The next one is just that it's very low-key dirty in every place. Like,
Yeah.
I think I went in and you see all the Instagrammable spots and you see everything and, like, the views can be beautiful and they can be amazing, but walking to those views, you could feel a bit sketchy. Especially Athens and Rome. I would say those two were huge on the, like, you would be in the back streets or walking from A to B and there's just graffiti and dirt and rubbish and, like, it was kind of unexpected. That was kind of a shock to me because I was like, why are these beautiful places so
Dirty.
Mistreated? Yeah, like there's so much graffiti.
I think that's just because they've been there for so long.
Yeah,
no one's
but
like looked after
There's
them.
so much tourism there. Like
So much.
Yeah, you know, like you have the money to maintain that, surely.
Yeah, but like maybe.
The next one is rocks at beaches.
Yeah,
I mean, I know
not a
this isn't
huge
something they
fan.
can control, but
it's
it
not.
fucking sucked. I was bear crawling out of the water at Nice. Bear crawling on all fours.
They were like pebbles.
Yeah, but
So-
every beach is just rocks. And, like, it makes the water look beautiful and blue, really inviting,
Yeah.
because it's not murky, because there's no sand to murk it out. But, like, they fucking hurt.
We also come from WA beaches where they're
It's beautiful.
coastal, pristine waters all the time. White
Yeah.
beaches, yellow sand beaches. Like
Yeah,
No,
very lucky.
no rocks in our beaches.
Very
so
lucky.
It's definitely a shock. Would have to go in. Lots of people had those like walkers, the sea walkers, just to avoid stepping on those rocks bare feet.
Yeah, literally, like reef shoes. They would wear reef shoes to the
that's what
beach.
they're called.
Yeah. And then I've said bathroom locks. I got walked in on twice in, like, bathrooms that I'd paid for to go into.
Yeah, that's crazy that you pay for them and then still get walked in on.
Their locks just, like, they literally don't work. Like, I would lock it, but I swear to God, somebody pushes on it and it would just, like, automatically unhinge itself. Or there was 2 bathrooms that I walked into and you'd lock it, but the door opened this way. So, like, you'd lock it and you'd watch the lock come out and then someone would push it and it wasn't actually latched into anything. Like, it had no effect.
It was broken.
It was so
But I
stupid.
paid 50 cents for that.
So stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
And
else you got
then
on there?
tipping shop owners. That like you'd go into like a tourist shop and you'd buy, you know, a magnet or a postcard or whatever, and the shop owner would actually expect a tip from you, and you were like, you're literally a shop owner, like you could have marked up this product and I probably would have paid $2 for it instead of $1, but I also know that you already have marked it up, so like why the fuck would I tip you?
Why am I paying double?
Why would I tip you? You've done nothing. Like, you haven't even serviced me like at a cafe or anything where you're doing things for me. I've come up to your desk to buy this thing. Like, so stupid. How many homeless have kids there? That one was really sad.
It's very sad.
So many children on the streets. So much homelessness, but so many children. Like, I feel like we don't really see as many kids here in Perth.
Yeah.
Biting fish in Greece, the fish bite. Do you want to do the next one? Oh, this one's Croatia though. Getting fined for walking around in bathers. This one was just in Croatia, but it's a Croatian law that you can't walk around in a bikini top. You could literally be wearing like a mesh t-shirt over it, and that's fine, but you have to have a t-shirt on. Otherwise, it's pretty much like... It is interesting because they also have naked beaches. Like the locals there, every beach is a naked beach.
How far away can you get fined?
Literally, as soon as you're on the footpath from the beach, like as soon as you're... Yeah, wow. Literally, like if you wanted to go from the beach to get a coffee or an ice cream or an icy pole, like at the shop that's across the road, you better have a shirt on from the time that you get off that beach.
Do you get fined in Perth? Is that indecency?
No.
I feel like there's like a...
No.
Like, you know, there's like a bather's rule. Like, it depends how far away you are from the beach. Depends on...
I don't know. I go in my bathers like the whole way home from the beach.
Yeah, but you're also in your car.
No, like I'd go into the shops with my bathers on. There's no toilet paper to be flushed in the toilet in Greece because their pipes are built too small and they obviously can't rebuild them all. So you literally have to wipe your business and put it in a bin for somebody else to clean up later.
That sucks.
Like that's rough. That's so rough.
Imagine having that job.
That's so rough. That's terrifying. We're almost at the end. Toilet paper being hung really high. So like you'd be sitting on the toilet and looking around and there's no toilet paper, and then you'd look up and I physically had to stand up from the toilet to collect toilet paper to use on the toilet. It was like that, just, it makes no sense. And it smells like pee-pee and poo-poo on random streets consistently. I don't think their drainage system is great, which explains that, but like also not something you expect or find very nice.
Yeah. I feel like we forget that we do live in a pretty nice area, like a nice country. So
everything's
when you go
pretty clean and
places
good.
like that, and the infrastructure there is not, you know, it's so old that it's so hard to redo. Where we kind of, as Australians, we got to get it right the first time because they did it not wrong, but they did it the way they did it. Yeah,
that was something so crazy about, especially Italy. You'd go somewhere and see like an old building or something. Don't get me wrong, the old buildings got old. You got sick of looking at old buildings. But when you'd look at something and realise that it's like so much older than our country even is, that was unfathomable.
That was insane. Some of the sites that you would go to are so much older than Perth, which is crazy. So crazy.
Okay, so these are some things that we would recommend, like the places we would say put on your itinerary. Yeah,
the places that we would go and that we really enjoyed.
Number 1 was Greece. Everywhere in Greece we absolutely loved, especially Paros. Paros was stunning. No nightlife or anything there, so don't go there expecting that, but like the waters, rent an ATV and get around that island.
If you're willing to do the ATV, definitely do Paros.
Yeah.
Or do a car, but ATV was super fun.
There are Burno cars. You can hire a car. You can hire a car.
But George hired a car.
They did too.
Yeah.
They did too.
They got it because they didn't want to do the ATVs.
Yeah, okay.
And they'd rather
all right, you do the next spot.
We loved Amsterdam. Absolutely loved Amsterdam. It was the first place that we went to. So it was our first kind of European experience.
I wish it wasn't our first spot. Like, I wish we got to go there like a little bit later because I think I would have appreciated it more at the time.
Of how good Amsterdam was.
Yeah, of just how good it is or how good it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was so much to do in Amsterdam. Like we found in a lot of the other places when you were looking for things to fill your day, you could get a little bit stuck if you didn't want to go sightsee or something. But Amsterdam had so many museums, attractions. Like, there was a good variety of places to go and see.
I mean, we found that in all places, but Amsterdam was the easiest.
Amsterdam was a highlight, and everything was close.
I think I would live in Amsterdam. If I were to live anywhere with these places, it would have been Amsterdam.
Yeah, Amsterdam was great. Switzerland. Riley didn't get to come to Switzerland, but I went to Switzerland with my friend Peter as just a little trip. Oh my God. The sights, the mountains, the water. I paraglided. Oh, Switzerland was amazing. I absolutely loved Switzerland. Like, we will be revisiting Switzerland.
I'll have to go one day.
So beautiful.
We've also got Croatia on there too.
Oh, and the next one is Croatia. I obviously worked it, so I got to see every place like a couple of times or a few times, and it was absolutely stunning. But if you get the chance, I think it's so well worth the money to do a Sail Croatia. Like that, it was so much fun. So much fun to be working it. And so to be like, I the whole time I was wishing that I got to be a guest and just kind of live like stress-free for a week. But it was just so sick. And the places are stunning.
The last on our list we've got we've got two, France and Italy, but we put them together because they're something that we probably do once. We enjoyed them, so we see all those places like, Rome, Venice, Paris, all of those places. Go see them, but I think they're probably like a once-off thing that you need to do. Well, for us personally, we wouldn't go back there because we've already been there. But yeah, it's definitely somewhere to place. Go see all the sites. Go see the Leaning Tower of Pisa. Go see the Eiffel Tower.
I could end her.
Don't end her. She's your mother. I know. Go see the Eiffel Tower and do everything.
I loved Paris. See, I could go another 2 nights in Paris, but we only got a really quick stay in Paris with the Kentucky anyway, and I absolutely loved the Eiffel Tower. Like, I could literally just go there to chill and just look at that building for another whole day.
Yeah, and to come to think of it, I think we might feel this way because we were on a Kentucky.
True.
Maybe if we spent a few more days in those places, like Paris,
we could have found,
we could have found some more enjoyment in it, but it was just so fast paced.
Yeah. But they're also exactly what you expect.
Yes.
Like, I feel like going to Italy, it was kind of exactly what you expect, and all the photos, it was cool to stand there and be there. But a part of me almost felt like I'd seen it before because you see so many photos and videos and stuff of it. Yeah. And so you're kind of looking at it and you're like, okay, amazing, I'm here, but I have seen this. Yeah. Like, it's a weird feeling. You know when you meet someone that you feel like you know because you've seen them on social media so much? It feels like that. It feels like when you run into that person and you're like, oh my God, I feel like I know you. Yeah. That's what being in the Colosseum felt like. Yeah,
I've seen so much of this already. Colosseum was really amazing.
Really cool.
It. Same with the Louvre.
Yeah.
I loved the Louvre.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're doing a Kentucky, if you choose to do a Kentucky, which we do recommend... Are you going to take over here, or...?
I mean, yeah, I'd like to. I was going to.
Go.
If you are going to do the Kentucky, be prepared to do the long bus drives. We knew that we were going to have lots of time on the buses, but those 12-hour days really don't prepare you for how long it actually... I mean, the 12-hour days are a lot longer than you think they are when you first think about doing that Kentucky.
Yeah, they're long.
You have to get cozy, and you have to... I would highly recommend bringing those headrests. You know those airport ones?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely bring one of those.
Pillow.
A neck pillow, yeah. Take one of those because that definitely helps. Inflatable if you can. Was that any comfortable for Ted?
I mean, he seemed to like it, but like I was very happy with my memory foam one.
We had this one friend who had an inflatable one. It didn't look comfortable, but it was inflatable, it did the job. He didn't have to carry it around. Very clever, Mr. Ted.
Yeah.
But yeah, be prepared for those long bus drives. Quick story on the bus drives. Wasn't part of the Kentucky.
No.
We have to tell them.
No.
We have to tell them.
No, I do not consent.
Why? It's mine. Oh. No.
Okay, yeah, we can tell that story.
That story's for another time. No, so I stuffed up, okay? I got left with one flight to book, which was
I booked the whole
from Amsterdam
trip.
to London.
The Kentucky, the flights, everything.
Let me tell my story. Did the Amsterdam to London flight, but I stuffed it up. I did it for the right date, but not the right month. And just for our convenience, there were no more planes or trains going from Amsterdam to London when we needed it to go, because we were about day and a half, 2 days out from having to be in London for our Kentucky. So we spent, 14 hours?
16.
16 hours going from Amsterdam through Antwerp, which is in Berlin, I think.
Yeah.
And then all the way to London. So 16 hours, and at about 12 o'clock at night, we were sitting in, like, they had to do the transfer, and we're sitting in pretty much just open space, bus transfer, concrete benches, had to lay there for 3 hours, like our layover.
Sleeping on the streets with our suitcases and backpacks and passports, belongings.
That was crazy.
Crackheads going by.
So sorry I did that to you. Yeah. But it was definitely an experience.
Awaiting compensation.
I think that was the bus ride that prepared us for the bus rides on Kentucky.
Yeah, nothing was too bad after that.
Yeah, nothing could have matched that. So yeah, that was very exciting. Yeah. Not really, but it was definitely made the trip. It was something that made the trip what it was.
We do recommend doing Kentucky. So, I think value for money, and the fact that as somebody who books all the trips and goes through all that stress of planning everything, there is so much leeway for things to go wrong, especially on a big Europe trip when you want to see so many places. Flights can get cancelled, they get delayed, accommodations can overbook. Like, it was so nice to not have to worry about any of that, and you just had a trip leader who told you where to walk, what to eat, when to go, where to be. And it was like, there was definitely times when you were like, oh, but then you think about what you're missing in terms of all of that extra stress.
Yeah.
I would highly recommend the Kentucky.
Definitely value for money, for what you get.
Yeah.
And our Kentucky leaders, they were great.
Don't expect much from the breakfast.
Yeah, breakfast.
But that's not where your money's going.
Breakfast, but yeah. Your money's going in
accommodation
being
is so pricey over there anyway.
Good accommodation.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Kentucky's definitely worth it, especially if it's your first time. Especially if you're first time going over to Europe.
Yeah. If you only wanted to see 1 to 2 places, I reckon you could do it by yourself, because you'd probably want to spend longer in each place and explore it a little bit further. But if you're wanting to see all of Europe or a big bucket list of places, definitely book that group tour.
Yeah, highly recommend. But in your travels, it's definitely traveling is definitely doable when you're this age, especially in even doing uni. I do uni full time. She just came off the back of doing uni, so traveling and experiencing the world, definitely doable if you really kind of figure it out and get yourself over there, and just do it.
Yeah, there's never really any excuses. I think you prioritize whatever you want to prioritize. Yeah. And no matter what cards you were dealt or what job you're doing or where you are or what other stresses are going on, if that's something that you want to do, then you book that ticket and you go.
And like Lateah said, if you really want to go over there but you don't have the money, there's always options to work over there. There's the 90-day visa.
I was literally just on the 90-day visa.
90-day visa.
It didn't take anything more than that.
No,
if I stayed on to do Italy, I did have an Italy working visa, but for what I did in Croatia, I didn't need anything more.
And she accidentally got the job in Croatia. She didn't mean to apply. She accidentally got the job and then just absolutely aced it.
If it's meant to be, it'll be, right?
Yeah, if it's meant to be, she took it as a sign, yep, I have to work it. And then,
On regards to Kentucky's and South Croatia's, just do remember that what you rate them and what you tip them is very, very important in those behind the scenes, because after coming off our Kentucky, not that I rated our Kentucky leader horribly. I probably could have tipped a little bit more if I was being generous. But then going to work as a tour manager, it was this shit, they don't lie when they say that those that mid number means shit.
Yeah.
It's no joke. It's pretty much all or nothing in that industry. Your bosses are literally looking for 5 out of 5s, and the tips are your income. So
yeah, pretty much. So
it's very important to be prepared for that as well when you are saving and keep some money aside.
Yeah. And these people out here, they're trying to do their best and give you the best service that they possibly can, because they're just like you. So yeah.
Just like me.
Just like you. Exactly like you, because you did it. But yeah, that concludes the end of episode number 4, which was 9 months after episode number 3.
I can't believe it's only number 4.
I think we should definitely make this a thing.
We'll get onto it.
We love telling you guys stuff and talking about things that are...
I just like the sound of my own voice.
She just likes the sound of her own voice. That are very important to living in when you're 20, and just to make sure that you feel like it's okay and you don't have to have it all figured out.
A little bit of guidance. from some unconventional.
And hopefully we can get some more, some unconventional way of doing it. Some more people on the potty.
Yeah.
Soon, yeah.
Yeah. We'd
So
love to get some
exciting things
friends
to come.
involved.
But yeah, peace.
Thanks for watching.